Hello, friends! Welcome back to a garden named Bill. So you remember that intro where I ran along the fence and stuff like I did in the very first week? That's fun. Now the garden kind of looks the same as everything's been pulled out. It's a really windy day. I'm sure you're going to hear that in the microphone. And I probably could stand to put my hood up because it's cold too. It's going to be a quick video because everything's been harvested. So here's your overview. Alright, isn't it funny how the garden looks? Where the spaghetti squash is, this was totally full this summer. That's all gone. I harvested the tomatoes that were over here earlier this week, and the peppers. Pulled out the last zucchini after we harvested that. A couple weeds that were in the frontmost bed here. Pulled off everything from the trellises except for the beans over here. I snipped those at the bottom and they're easier to pull off once they're dry and crusty. I can just yank them like that. And the raspberries haven't completely lost their leaves yet, but they're yellowing out. And I still have some mint that I can harvest there. Otherwise, we harvested a whole great big ton of it. And down here with the two new beds, they are being filled in nicely with the old green material that we've been pulling from the rest of the garden. This will compost, add some leaves in there, mix it up, and top it off with soil, so we'll build a really nice base for these new raised beds. It's kind of silly to talk about the week ahead when there's not a whole lot to do out here. I suppose, you know, I've got the stakes from the tomatoes and the cucumbers, and I guess the stakes that I put down there for the sunflowers. Those just need to be unscrewed and pulled up. And you're seeing leaves falling left and right in this video because of all the wind. I just have to mow them into one spot, mulch them up, rake it up, and throw them on top of the beds. So I'll probably add, you know, 5 inches worth of chopped up leaf mulch. I don't have to chop it up. I suppose the whole leaves will work just fine. I just, you know, when you mulch them up and you chop them, they'll decompose faster in the springtime. And I love the smell of leaves that are crunchy and dried being mowed up in the lawnmower. Something about it is just very satisfying. Additionally, you see the asparagus? Yeah, these ferns down here. I have to wait until they yellow or brown, and they might fall over, but that doesn't happen until after the first frost, like a good true frost. And I don't know if we'll have that in October. That might be in November, but eventually once those turn, I'll just snip them down to ground level and compost those in the actual compost bin in the backyard. And then I'll mulch the rest of this bed. Actually, I'll probably mulch in between in the meantime while I have the leaves. Whoa, there's a big gust of wind. Yeah. Mulch, 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 mulch. This right here is the one highlight I want to talk about. My mom gave me this. It's an old wash basin that she had purchased once upon a time. She was thinking of painting it, maybe with some flowers and making it an interesting flower pot. She's not going to do that anymore, so I brought it into the garden, and next year I'll fill this. It's got a nice deep base, and this is going to be herbs. I had better luck with some of my herbs this year, but I think the problem that I ran into is the hanging baskets that I planted them in had not enough root space. It's really shallow. As I was taking the soil out of them, it was all root bound, and I think if I just do, you know, 3 good chunks of herbs in here, like a big thing of parsley, rosemary, and thyme, it's going to have more than enough room to expand, and it should be nice and healthy. Okay, so this is a nice addition, and I look forward to using it. It probably won't live here. It may live here. We'll see next spring, but that's something new. Yes, there will be a garden tour next week, one final. It's the week number 30. So cathartic, how can I not? It should be pretty quick. What I'm planning on doing is essentially, you know, giving you an overview shot of this, and then walking through the blueprints that I've drawn up to scale for the garden, and showing you what I intend to plant in each of those. Done some planning, kind of makes sense. Maybe show some photos of how this looked this year. But at the same time, when that short garden tour releases, I'm going to do a video on the same day of how much I actually grew. I have the weight of everything, and I'm going to compare that to the financial information based off of price per pound of produce in my area to see how much dollar value and weight value I actually grew this year. Put some numbers to it. That should be interesting. Additionally, we hit 10,000 subscribers last week. Yay! Thanks everybody. I'm really excited about that. 4 years, lots of bad videos, a couple really good ones, and lots of faithful viewers and commenters. I've made a lot of friends over the years who have, you know, just commented on the stuff, and I've commented back, and, you know, we've been Facebook friends or mailed each other interesting seeds or wood projects or anything else. So thanks all of you. It's really been fun. I mentioned a couple of weeks ago that once I hit 10,000 subs, I'm going to switch and I'm going to start doing one long video per month. Probably get that started in December. So, change is coming. It's okay, natural progression, evolution, change of a channel. And I am just waffling at this point. How's your garden going? Are you all closed up like me? I harvested a ton of green tomatoes as my last task. Some tomatoes and peppers and like one tiny little cucumber and some herbs. And I'm going to make some salsa verde later this week. Thanks for watching.